Tuesday. I am Pastor Jay. It is my birthday. I'm so excited to be sharing it with you. I hope you are ready for this word. Come on in, say hello, and say happy birthday. If you are watching this replay or if you're just watching this for the first time, don't be like that. Say happy birthday to the birthday girl. So come on in tonight. I'm excited about this lesson as I am about all of them. But I hope you saw the caption, right? Stop hitting snooze on God. It's supposed to hurt. Stop hitting snooze. It's supposed to hurt. Let's go through the process. Let's get what needs to be done. Let's get this lesson so we can start repeating it. So I'm again excited that you're here, that you're jumping on. Hope you've enjoyed this beautiful weather. If you would like to be a blessing into the ministry, if you believe every time you stop by, you're getting something, your spirit is being fed, then we welcome you to be a blessing. These are ways that you can be a blessing. So make sure you take a screenshot of it or come back to it later. Whatever you need to do, we are always so grateful for every seed that is sown. I pray over them that God gives you back abundantly for whatever it is. I see you ladies. Come on in the room. Say hello. It's my birthday. Y'all look what I did. Let me show you this. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Okay, you didn't come for that. You didn't come for that. You didn't come for my singing. You came for this word. So let's get into it. Hello, hello, hello. I see you all jumping in. Hello. Thank you for all your personal messages, texts, and calls and singing. I have 4 people call and sing to me. So that was pretty good. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually a little tired. But once you turn 46, you can say that. You can be like, you can't talk to me any kind of way. I'm almost 50. What? You know who you're talking to? I'm almost 50. So yeah, get ready. I'm about to be saying that. I'm about to be saying it. Don't look it, don't feel it, but that's what it is. I thank the Lord for this day, for another chance, another opportunity, and hopefully many more years to come. So I'm gonna get the word open while you guys are still coming in. Oh, Destiny said, I'm ready. I'm ready. That's right, Bree. 46 where? Like, this is the last day I'm about to tell y'all this. Next time, I'm just going to be saying, I'm almost 50. What? Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. That's all I'm going to say. So keep up with the numbers because I'm not going to keep saying that. I see you. Thank you for the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of the birthday love. I just can't thank you enough. Y'all ready for some word? I hope you are. Y'all ready? Let me see ready. I see a lot of happy birthdays. I see I got one I'm ready. Let me see I'm ready in the chat. If you're ready for this word tonight. Make sure you're sharing this word with somebody else. We got to be better at this digital evangelism. We don't do good. We do not do good. We got to outreach better. So the way you do that is just hit share. You ain't got to worry about saying anything and coming up with nice captions and all. Just okay. I see some ready. I'm coming, y'all. Slow down. Just hit share. Just hit share. Ready, ready, ready. All right. I think I got enough that's saying I'm ready for this word. Come on, Pastor. We know it's your birthday, but come on and give it to us. So let's just be real for a moment, right? I want to ask y'all this question. Have you ever wanted something so bad? You prayed for it, you believed for it, you told people about it. Y'all know how we do. So I hope you can tell the kind of energy I'm on today, because what? She almost 50. I'm gonna need you to engage back. So get them fingers ready, engage back. If you need to take notes and go back and study, then you're gonna have to watch it again. But I need you listening and I need you ready. But have you ever just had this moment where you felt like, okay, God, you moving, like I know it, I feel it. This is my time. And then you get scared. Is that anybody? I need to poll the room. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? You right on time, Taylor. I just been talking about my birthday. That's all I've been talking about. So you right on time. I've been talking about my birthday and all the things. So you haven't missed it. We're just getting started. So you are right on time. I'm glad you're here. Bishop, glad to see you in the house tonight, Bishop. That's you, Latrice. Right. That's you. That's me. Right. We've been praying, we've been hoping. It looks like the tide is turning. God is answering my prayer, all this kind of things. We hype ourselves up and then we get scared. Why is that? Why is that? It's not because we've changed our mind, but it's because something feels different. Something feels new. We're feeling something that I ain't even know what this was. That's why you gotta be careful what we asking God for, right? So you start to feel something. It feels like pressure. I'm just opening this up. So for those that are hopping in, this is what we doing. We saying happy birthday when you come in, and then we kind of trying to relate to one another, right? And so it feels like we're being stretched. It feels like we're being pulled. Something is happening, and because something is happening, and we feel a little pulling and a tugging, now we're getting scared because we weren't really ready to let go of that. God, what you doing? Like, I thought this was going to be here forever. I thought this part was going to stay. Like, I thought this was consistent. But remember, you just prayed for God to move. God, however you do it, God, have your way, God. I just need a breakthrough. I just need answers. Okay, so now here come the answer. So what is happening? Somewhere in the middle of all of this, we begin to start fighting with God. I come to keep it real with you. Why? Y'all gonna start. I know somebody gonna pick up what I'm putting down and put because she almost 50. But no, somewhere we start fighting the very thing that we ask God for. And it's not because something is wrong, it's because something is changing. Something is changing. If we was in the house, I would tell your neighbor, something is changing. Something is changing. Come on, digital evangelists, get to typing. And that's where we're going tonight. It's time to stop hitting snooze on God because it's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to hurt. We've talked about the last several weeks, right? God called us. We're not random. He's been forming us. We've been talking about that. Whose voice are you listening to, right? Who told you that? We did that for 2 weeks. And tonight, God is saying, thank you, Taylor, something is changing. Tonight, we are saying, okay, I have got to stop hitting snooze on God. And we're going to talk about that because it's supposed to hurt. You've been formed. You've been called. We've talked about whose voice. Is it me? Is it the enemy? Or is this God? We've talked about that. But now we got to deal with the real question. I see y'all. We got to deal with the real question. Why are you fighting what God is forming? That's a note taker. Why are you fighting what God is forming? Didn't you ask for it? I'm going to help us tonight. And then I'm going to give us a few ways we can stop that. We can stop fighting him, right? But formation feels like friction. It's not supposed to be comfortable. Formation feels like friction. And here's something that we've got to get in our heads, if you will. We've got to get the understanding that a lot of us think that if God is doing something, if this is of God, it should feel easy. Who gonna tell the truth? Who gonna tell the truth that that's what you thought? If God is doing something, that it should feel easy. I know I used to think that. Like we feel like if I'm on the right path, then everything should just flow. Should be no resistance. It should just be blissful. It should be easy. Every door I get up to, it should just open automatically, right? Who's thought that? Who's thought that? And sometimes that is the way that God wants to take us. But can I tell you, most of the time, the Bible shows us, it even tells us Jesus had to go through a process. Let's look at Luke 2:52. I know it's my birthday and I was joking with y'all in the beginning, but it's time to break open this word. Go to Luke, the 2nd chapter. What did I say? 52. Luke 2:52. Because y'all got to see this. Jesus, our example, right? Okay, I'm checking the room, just making sure. And Luke 2:52 says, and Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and men. Let's look at the word increase. That means it was a process. It was more. It was a progression. Jesus increased. That means he was doing more. More was being built in him, within him. There was formation. There was change. Something was changing. Y'all with me? Something was changing. It's not saying that we all know that God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. That's not what we're saying. We're just talking about when Jesus came in his humanity, right? In his divinity. He didn't just show up on day one, fully loaded, ready to go. He had the ability, but he went through the process. You get it? He went through the process. He grew over time through a process. So if the Son of God had to go through a growth process, why do we think we're not supposed to? It's supposed to hurt. Why do we think we're not supposed to go through anything? Why do we think we should have it easy? Formation feels like friction. Are y'all getting it? Formation feels like friction, and friction happens when you've been through bumps, when you've gone through things. Friction comes when we're trying to go against the very thing God is using to make you. Yeah, that thing you've been sitting in 5 and 10 years, it's not going to be wasted. The friction came so that God can continue to form you. I want to give you an illustration of a rubber band, and I couldn't find one. I thought about it too late. I was actually going to have it and use it. So I want you to visualize a rubber band. We've all seen one, had one, etc. So you have this rubber band, and when you look at it in its state, wherever it's laying, on the table, in the dresser, in the drawers, however, right? You look at this rubber band, it's still intact. It's not doing anything. It's comfortable. It's relaxed. It's just chilling, right? But the moment that you pick it up and you begin to stretch it, it pushes back. It pushes back. It's not breaking. It's just pushing back. It's becoming what it was meant to do, and that was stretch. Is this helping? I got a few more illustrations if y'all not getting this one. The rubber band, its intentional design is to be made to stretch, to have capacity, to enlarge. It appears to just be comfortable, but the moment that it begins to stretch, it also looks as if it's going to break, but it's not. It's just becoming what it's supposed to be all along. Friction isn't a sign that something is wrong all the time. It's a sign that something is changing. It's a sign that something is changing. You have a capacity, you have the ability within you to stretch. And God knows how far you can stretch before you break. But the moment that you begin to stretch, the moment that God begins to work those things out within you, you get uncomfortable, and now you want to stop. Now you want to hit snooze. Now you want to say, God, I'm not ready for that. God, I didn't mean all that. Now I'm losing this, and this is happening, and this is breaking off. And God says, no, I'm stretching you, not stressing you. He's stretching you, not stressing you. Hebrews 12:11 tells us no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but it's actually painful. It's supposed to hurt. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. Will you let the Holy Spirit do what the Holy Spirit came here to do? And that's teach you. Because it's supposed to hurt. No discipline. The people that I train, they already know. I don't play. My cousin put it up today. She don't play when it comes to training. No, it's supposed to. Because we're stretching something, we're growing something, something is changing. If we're going to be progressing, right, it's going to be painful. It's not pleasant, but it will produce. Can I give you something to put down in your notes? It's not pleasant. It's painful, but it will produce. Every woman that's had children know that. At some point, whether you got anesthesia or not, or you had to do it like my granny and them, old school, and just push it out, it don't matter. It wasn't pleasant. It was painful, but it produced. Here it is one more time. It's not pleasant. It's painful, but it will produce. But if we're honest, we want it easy. We want it comfortable, and we want it right now. That's the generation that we're living in. That's the time that we're living in. We don't want to go through nothing. If it's hurting me, if it's costing me something, this is not the right. This can't be God. Well, now, could it be? Because what you're asking for is something big. How bad do you want it? You're not fighting failure. You're fighting formation. Change your perspective. Quit talking down on yourself. Quit saying, why does always happen to me? I keep finding myself like this. I won't ever have. You fight in formation. If you'll just go through and stop starting over, God's not going to progress you, right? Let's think about in school. You got to pass these tests to keep elevating and going to the next level, next level, next level. Because if you don't get it, you got to start back over. You got to repeat the grade. So if you'll go through the process, you can get to the producing. Just that simple. It's just that simple. You can't want growth and then resist the change. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Back to my gym analogy. They come in there, I want my flat stomach, I want abs, and I want my glutes sitting up, and I want this and I want that, and I want my arms to be toned. Okay, well, then we got to go through some processes, and some of that stuff won't hurt. In order for it to grow, there's got to be some resistance. You can't want to come in there and keep lifting 5 pounds and you've been with me for 2 months. That don't work. That don't work. I got to put some weight on it. So that muscle can understand I'm coming to break you down, and then you got to do your part with the nutrition to build it back up. That's just a little tip I want to throw in there for somebody. So I need y'all to stay with me here, right? Because this might be the one step that you're missing. This might be the one thing that's probably stepping on some toes right now. That's why the chat a little quiet. I get it. But if you sincerely want to grow, you've got to stop resisting every single thing that's actually coming to help you grow. For what the enemy meant for evil, y'all know it, God will make it for your good. You got to stop resisting everything. You can't go through nothing. It's supposed to be easy. Says who? If they crucified him, what we're going to be celebrating, right? This Holy Week. It was Hosanna, Hosanna. And then it was crucify, crucify. But he went through it for what it would produce. John 5:6 says, when Jesus saw the man lying there, right? Let's read that. Go to John, the 5th chapter. Y'all making me work hard on my birthday. I thought y'all said y'all love me. Y'all ain't talking to me. If y'all don't talk, that means they ain't getting it. So that's how I take it. So I got to push harder and harder until you get this word. But John, the 5th chapter. Let me get there. John, the 5th chapter. Let's just see how God operates. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he had already been in that condition a long time. I'm coming out of the New King James tonight. It says, when Jesus saw him, he knew he had already been in that condition a long time. And then what did Jesus do? Did he just heal him? Did he just say, I know you've been in this situation a long time. Today is your day. Come. What did he do? That's not what the text says. The text said, he said to him, do you want to be made well? What? Do you want to be made well? Now, on the surface, him asking him this, and he's been down. He's been in this condition. And how long? 38 years. Jesus knew that. But he still asked him a question. He still asked him. Some of us, we get offended. We know people know that we're going through something, right? And then when they turn around and ask, that's just like if my hands is full of bags of groceries, right? And I'm maybe trying to come through the door. And then whoever answered the door, the kids, the husband, whoever, do you need some help? Well, what do you think? My hands is full. I can't answer. That's kind of how this setup is. You get that? So Jesus knew how long this man had been in this condition, but instead he asked him a question. Why would Jesus do that? Why would he do that? Because Jesus knew something that we still haven't fully learned. He knew something that we still haven't fully learned. Wanting something and being ready for it requires two different things. You can want it all day long, but are you ready? Oh, that's so good. You can want it, but are you ready? This is why Jesus asked him the question. Do you want to be made well? You've been sitting in this you've been going around this thing for 38 years. I mean, do you want it? Because if you don't want it, I'm not going to put it on you. That's the kind of God that we serve. He's so sovereign. He's so sovereign. Let me give you another illustration, right? Just like the rubber band, this is stuff you can relate to. This is why I'm giving it to you, right? I'm trying to teach it to you in a very practical way because we've all done this. We've all said this. We definitely said it in December in preparation for January. We want to eat better. We need to eat healthier. We went to the doctor, we got reports and all this kind of stuff. And then doctors say, well, you need to change your diet. You need to exercise. Even if you just walk 10 minutes a day, they give you all these kind of things. So we all get encouraged and motivated that we want to do this, right? We watch things that talk about the consequences of not eating better. You see all these documentaries, or we look at recipes. We're trying to find something new. We do all of this. And then we talk to our people and we say, you know what? On Monday, I'm starting. Who said that? On Monday, I'm doing better. One, that's because you're really not ready. You want to keep eating what you want to eat for the rest of the weekend. But anyway, we always say, on Monday, I'm starting. And who said it? I know y'all done said it. Then Monday comes. Ain't nobody around but you, and you and somebody drive through, ordering the same thing, looking at the menu like it's new, and you still gonna get that same combo. Forgetting what you said on Friday. They come Monday, I'm eating better. This is what we do. It's not that you don't want the results. It's not that you don't want it, but what you want has requirements. What you want comes with a process. What you want comes with some denial. What you want comes with some, I got to delay that stuff. Oh, that's where we are. That's where we are. You want discipline, but you ain't really ready for the structure though. You're not really ready for the accountability. But you want it, but do you have the capacity for it? You want consistency, but you don't want to be inconvenienced. You want it on your terms, your way, how you want to do it. I got people come into the gym talking about, can I just do 10 reps? No, 20. I'm just saying that because y'all know I love y'all. But this is what we wanted, but then we don't want to be inconvenienced. You want growth, but you don't want no pressure. What? Oh yeah, Taylor, I'm coming for us tonight. Why? Because I'm almost 50 now. Yeah, I can say it. I can do it. I ain't scared of y'all. I got heaven backing me. We want the growth, but we don't want the pressure. So you can't ask God for growth and then reject the process. You can't ask him for growth and then reject how he chooses to grow you. You do know that's his choice. It's not ours. Because if it was our choice, we would just use God like a genie. And it's time to stop. It's time to stop. Put God back on the throne. Honor and reverence him as he should be. Stop trying to treat him like a scratch-off ticket or a genie. I just want you to come through for this. I got that right there. Don't worry about that. Don't do that. We can't ask him for growth and reject the process that he chooses. It's his choice. And here's the thing about resistance. Sometimes it doesn't look like you're resisting. It doesn't always have to be dramatic. Sometimes it doesn't look like rebellion. What it looks like is this thing that was married to me for a very long time. Procrastination. Oh, I'll get to it next week. Oh, I'll do it later. You get started, then you quietly quit it. You show up, but you're showing up halfway. You got one foot here, one foot there. You really ain't into. That's how it shows up. That's resistance. That's resistance. Being lazy. This is why I titled it that way. Stop hitting snooze. You hear the alarm. We're going to get there. I'm ahead of myself. You hear it, but you hitting snooze. Can I tell you that resistance is your old self trying to show back up? Oh, that hits different, don't it? Resistance is your old self trying to show back up. Because your old self is comfortable. It don't want to do that. Ladies, let's talk about brand new shoes, brand new heels. And they'll tell you, you got to break them in. You got to break them in, right? Well, your older shoes, you're comfortable with that. You get them new shoes and it's ooh and an ahhing. But do you want it or do you not? That's the question. That is why Jesus asked the man the question, do you want to be made well? You've been sitting here 38 years, so I mean, you have a desire, but do you want it? You got to stop fighting the formation. Because the real fight is not external, it's internal. That's where the real fight is. Galatians 5:17, it talks about the flesh, and it says the flesh desires what is contrary to the spirit. This is why now I understand it better. But before, it's like, why people can't really understand. It's either sin or it's not, right? The flesh is going to go against the spirit every time. That don't change. It will never change. If your flesh is desiring something and it's contrary to the spirit, you got to choose. Choose ye this day. Okay, mom, I'm going to try and be good. My mom on here, she calling me out now. But the flesh is always going to be contrary to the spirit. And the spirit is going to be contrary to the flesh. They're always in conflict with one another. There won't ever be peace there. As long as you're in this body, you're going to always be coming up against something. This is why we got to get strong. You got to get disciplined. You got to get consistent. It's in you. The fight is in here. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. The fight is in here. There's a part of us that genuinely wants to grow. There is. This is why we say all these things. We tell people, I mean it this time. I know I've been saying it. I got my birthday coming up, or I got this coming up. I'm doing it this time. I'm for real. You really do want it. You really do desire it. But then there's a part of you that's going to always do what it's always done because that's what's comfortable. Am I helping y'all tonight? One side says do it and do it now. The other side says, you can wait. You can wait, but wait a little bit later. And let's be real. Can we have some real talk? Which one wins? Later. If given the choice, you got to choose, do it now or do it later. How do I know? How many of us used to love a good layaway, right? They don't brought it back. It's different. It's digital. It's Afterpay. It's Klarna. It's PayPal, pay later, right? Later. You want to take care of it later. And then how many of you forgot that you said later, and then you get that, thank you for your payment. It's a month later, 60 days later, 90 days later, and you like, what? Yeah. Because you didn't want to pay now. You wanted to pay later. One side is telling you, do it now. God knows if you get up now, right? You start the consistency now, it's going to produce something. You keep waiting later, that's disobedience because you're delaying it. You're hitting snooze. Y'all on it. And they remember, and they're going to hit you right on that, whatever day it was, 30 days later, it's coming out. It's coming out. They're coming for what's theirs. You said it before, this week going to be different. This week going to be different. This month going to be different. This year going to be different. We say all these things and we mean them. And we mean it. And then something come up. Or we forget. Or we're tired. Or it's just too much. I can't do all this. And we push it off again. That's going to have to wait till next week. That's going to have to wait till next month. I can't do it. Later. Later often wins. Can I tell you or submit to you? I want to give you this perspective. You're not stuck. You're in a pattern of agreeing with the wrong voice. This is why we spent 2 weeks on who told you that. Eve agreed with the wrong voice. And you're in a pattern of agreeing with the wrong voice, the old voice, the voice of comfort. So every time we delay what we know we're supposed to do, you're just making it easier to delay again. You're just making it easier. And this is how our discernment begins to quiet itself, right? Because we're not listening to it. We're not following it. And now we're saying, God, I can't hear God. I don't. God's speaking every single day to every single one of us. It's the things that we're choosing that's louder. Our comfort is louder. Our desires are louder. Our flesh is louder. Our emotions are louder. So now we can't hear him. Now we can't hear him. So let's talk about why I said stop hitting snooze. Let's think about the alarm clock. Think about the alarm clock. We set it, and I'm just talking about me. I'm not even going to talk about y'all because I'm at the age now where I don't care. So I'm going to tell you about me. I will set an alarm to wake up an hour early just so that I can hit snooze. That was bad. But anyway, let me give you this example. We set the alarm at night and we're serious. Like I'm getting up. How many of you have been like, I want to be a 5 a.m. girly, or the guys, right? I want to be, they tell you the early bird gets the worm and all these kind of things. Start your day early and you can get twice as much done. So you say you want to get up at 5. I said I wanted to get up at 5:30. Tomorrow, that's it. I'm starting. This time I'm going to be consistent. This time I'm doing things differently. The alarm goes off. Baby, you hear it. In the moment that you hear it, you remember exactly what you said. I'm getting up at 5. I'm getting up at 5:30. You know what you're supposed to do. The only time we don't argue back with that alarm, let me take out the word only because I don't want to put absolutes on things. There are times that we will answer and we will not ignore it. It's like when we're going on a trip somewhere, we got to get to the airport. Oh, you waiting on it to go off. But in general, let me get back to the illustration. But in general, you hear it, you remember, you said you wanted to get up at 5. It's 5. It's 5:30. You know it. You know what you're supposed to do. And what do we do? Like, I'm going to use snooze. I'm so good at it. I know what a button is on the side of the phone. Like the hitting it. Don't even open up my eyes. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, I got another hour. Okay, I got 30 more minutes. Right. Planning to hit snooze. It's not that we didn't hear. It's not that we forgot. We had the ability and the intent, but we made the wrong choice in the moment. We said, not right now. Not right now. Absolutely, Angel. Snooze and roll over. Reposition yourself. Turn your head the other way. And now with these Apple devices that are all connected, I have started hitting my phone and then my watch that's on the charger somewhere else, it's going off. Very faint, but it's going off. And do I get up and turn it off? I do not. Reposition myself. This is what we do. And we tell ourselves later. We say, we make it sound logical. We make it sound very logical. I don't know why I keep doing this. Then we oversleep sometimes, right? And now you're behind. Now everything, your whole day starts to just go downhill because you chose later. You chose later. We say we don't know why, but you do. You're not confused. You're just comfortable with delay. You're just comfortable with later. You're just comfortable with the grace of God. That you don't understand, there are consequences to your choice. God's been setting the alarm off in your life. I had to wheel it back in. He's been setting the alarm off in your life. The nudges is coming back. That's the spirit. He's nudging you. That thing he keeps bringing up in you, but then you push it to the side. He'll bring it up. You need to apologize. You need to say something. You need to forgive. You need to give. You need to make it right. We push it down. We hit snooze. We don't want to do that. The thing you're supposed to do, we don't want to do it. I often say delayed obedience is still disobedience, and that is true. But for tonight, I need you to put this in your notes. Delayed obedience is just spiritual snooze. Spiritual snooze. At some point, you're going to stop missing the alarm and you're just going to ignore it altogether. How many of you have slept through an alarm? You didn't even hear it. That's how it is. At some point, you're just going to stop responding altogether. You're just going to stop responding altogether. And so, I'm not going to ask you to say, that's me. I'm not going to ask you to say, I see myself in that. Because this is what we do. We're different, but we're really alike. All of us do this. Paul said in Romans 7:19, he said, for I do not do the good that I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, that's what I keep doing. What is that? Knowing better doesn't mean that you're actually doing better. We love to say, and when you know better, you do better. Well, technically, no, because you still got to make a choice. You still got to make a choice. Paul said this. This wasn't somebody who was new to the faith. This wasn't someone who had not had an encounter with the Lord. He wrote half the New Testament. And if he can say, hey, for, there are times when I want to do good and I can't. And then there's time I don't want to do this stuff, but I'm doing it. If he could say it, what about us? He knew what was right, but he still would do the opposite. So if information alone wasn't enough, right? Well, if information alone would have been enough, then Paul would have been okay. But it wasn't. He had all the information, but he still would go the opposite way. And that's the same for you and I. It's the same. Knowing better does not automatically mean that you do better. Who gonna testify to that? Many of us know. That's why we say, nah, they should have knew better. How old are they? How old are them? Like, how long they been in church? How long? We then start trying to look for qualifiers. But just because they have knowledge don't mean that they're choosing to do better. Will you be made whole? Do you want to? It's still a choice. Stop hitting snooze on God. Clarity. Just because you're clear on something doesn't mean it's going to cancel out the cravings. Your comfort is still pulling you. Familiarity is still coming for you. It's still pulling you. Trying to have the easy way, take the easy way out. It's still going to try and pull you to the day you leave this earth. It doesn't stop. Knowing better does not automatically mean that you do better. We spend too much time on our phone. We all do. No matter who you are, you can't say, well, I turn my phone off. I do not disturb. And all that. You still can easily end up in the rabbit hole every single day. Every single day. Right? Notification pops up. Here we go. And it's been 45 minutes and we've been right there in that same thing, just scrolling, looking. Or even if you researching, even if you trying to get into this new technology and all these kind of things, you'll start one thing and end up somewhere else and end up somewhere. And then it's been 3 hours later. This is how we do. It's not for a lack of knowledge. It's because it was easy to get distracted. Most of our inconsistency is not confusion. It's comfortability. That's why we're inconsistent. Comfort is winning more than commitment. Comfort is winning more than commitment. Hearing is not enough. It's not enough to just hear the word, right? That's why the Bible tells us we got to be doers. You can't just hear it only. James actually said, do not merely listen to this word and so deceive yourselves. You got to do what it says. You got to stop hitting snooze. Can I see y'all put that in the chat? Stop hitting snooze. Stop hitting snooze. And when James wrote this, he wasn't talking to unbelievers. He's talking to believers. He's talking to the people who show up. He's talking to the people who engage. He's talking to the people that takes it all in, but then continue to live the same way. Oh my God. You have more than enough. We can never get through this Bible and then say, well, I know it all. Absolutely not. You have more than enough, but yet we still continue to live the same way. I just had to see if y'all were still in the room. We still choose to live the same way. You can hear a word. You can feel good about it. You can agree with it. You can screenshot it. You can write it in your journal. You can do all of the things. You can send it to your friends. We do all of these things. We post it and still never change. We still never do anything any differently because we're resisting. We're resisting the formation. We're fighting what he's forming. We're fighting what he's forming. Agreement in a collective body like this, and this is not to take away from anything that we're doing in this moment, is to show us practical things. Being in agreement means nothing without action. Being in agreement in a collective setting with your friends, with your family, whoever, right? Being in agreement means nothing without the action. You don't just need another word. We need to do the last thing he told us. God has already told each and every one of us what we need to do concerning us for our next step, the very thing we've asked him for. He wants to give you the desires of your heart. Why? Because he's going to be creating you, right? Creating me, Lord, a clean heart and renew a right spirit. Now your desires align with his will. So yes, he wants to give it to you. But until we do what he told us to do the last time, he's not going to give us another word. So I got to get out of here because I'm thirsty and it's my birthday and I don't have no water sitting here. So let me give y'all these 4 things that we actually need to do, because I don't want to just tell us that we got to do these things and then not help us, right? Y'all ready? So I'm going to give you these 4 simple things, not easy things, of what do we need to do to stop hitting snooze on God and to endure. Y'all ready? Let me see you put ready. Let me make it easy for y'all. Let me give you one thing to hit. Hit a 1. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for these 4 things that are very simple that we need to do, but it's not easy. It's not easy. I see 1 ready. 2 ready. If you can't type, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. I think I like 1 because 1 go a little bit faster. All right, here we go. Number 1, this is in no particular order. These are just 4 things. They're simple, but it's not easy. The first thing is you got to stop negotiating with yourself. You got to stop negotiating with yourself because you already know what to do. You may say, well, I don't know as much as them and I don't know all this and I don't know. You know enough. You know what God has told you to do. He's taken us all on different paths to end up in one place. Stop negotiating with yourself. You already know what to do. You don't need any more clarity. Mika, I'm just talking to me. You just need to do the one thing he's already told you to do. You do that one thing, he's going to tell you the next step. You do that, he's going to tell you the next step. You already know. Stop negotiating with yourself. Number 2, you actually need to make quitting harder. You got to make it harder. How do I do that? I got to have accountability. I got to have accountability. You got to share with somebody. It ain't got to be everybody, but you got to share with somebody what you're doing, what you're trying to do. Build an accountability circle. Make quitting harder. Because when quitting has a cost, you're going to think twice about it. If you really got a good accountability partner and then you stop doing what you said you were going to do, they should be coming for you. They should be checking you. Now, you said you was like, what's going on? Like, where are you at with this thing? Okay, calling every single week. Okay, now what are you doing? Tell me about it. Da, da, da. When you put that much pressure on somebody, that could be the very thing that they need. I already know they're going to be calling. They're going to be asking. I'm going to have to say something. I'm going to have to show. That's a good accountability partner. You got to make quitting harder. If you're always getting bailed out, if someone is always enabling you, you will never change. Period. Number 3, you got to move before you feel it. You may not think that you're ready. It may not seem like you're ready. You got to do it anyway. Feelings follow action. Feeling follows your foot. You got to get stepping. May not be good grammar, but y'all know what I'm saying. You have to move before you feel it. It's not the other way around. You don't wait to feel it. You don't wait and say, you know what? Now I think I'm ready. It's been go time. God been told you to start. God been told you to write. Whatever he's called you to, he's already, just go. Quit trying to say, well, it's not quite ready yet. I ain't now you reaching for perfection. And that's an illusion. You will never do that. You got to move when he say move. You got to move. Then the motivation shows up. Plenty of people walk through the doors when I'm training and they come in. They don't feel like it. They come in because they have paid me and they come 3 times a week. So they show up. But they come and they start moving. And once they start moving, then the motivation shows back up. Now they're like, oh, I'm glad I came. I feel so much better. Yes. Because you gave your feelings something to do. You got to move and then the motivation shows up. And the fourth thing is it's small and steady. Small and steady. 1 foot before the other. How do we eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Small and steady over big and gone. Small and steady. You can have one big moment of motivation, right? One big moment of inspiration. But that one big moment is not going to change your life. It's not going to build a life. Consistency is how we build. Consistency is 1 brick at a time, 1 layer at a time, 1 obedience at a time. So you don't need a new start tonight. You just need to keep doing what God already started. We're all on different paths. Stop looking at to the left and to the right and what someone else is doing. They may be doing the very thing you want to do, but they had to get their own way, on their own path. You're going to have to go through your own process to get to your own production. God is never going to ask us about, well, okay, well, they did it because such and such did it. That we think like that. God doesn't. You don't need to start anything new. You need to do what he's already told you to do. So as I close this, I want to close this with some encouragement. I want to close this. Let me bring it back in. I've been pumped because yes, today is my birthday. But I need you to know that you are not broken. You're not confused. You're not too far gone. You're not, God can't use you now. None of those things. You've just been fighting the very thing he wants to use to make you. You just keep fighting. Stop fighting what God is forming. Stop fighting what God is forming. Can you do that? Go ahead and make that declaration. I will stop fighting what God is forming. One more time for the people in the back. I will stop fighting what God is forming. And from this moment on, I am no longer hitting snooze on God. That has to be your declaration. I am no longer hitting snooze on God. We take grace for granted. We do. We've got to stop hitting snooze on God. And you're right, Auntie. I'm almost 50, so I said it like I said it. Deal with Holy Spirit about it. All right. I hope this word has blessed you. I hope you shared it with somebody and you didn't just keep it all to yourself. And I really hope that you took some good notes and you really allow this word to begin to stir up in your own spirit, encourage your own faith to know that you're on your own journey. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to what someone else is doing. God gave you a word. He gave you the vision. He gave you the dream. It doesn't matter what anybody else say. You just got to start doing what he says when he say do it. He already knows the end from the beginning. If he's opened up the door, you got to go through it. He knows when the door gonna close. You see what I'm saying? You have to do what he has told you to do, even if nobody else agrees, even if nobody else understands, even if they talking about you and they laughing at whatever it may cost, because it's going to cost us something. Obedience always does. But you've got to stop hitting snooze. You've got to stop hitting snooze. You've got to stop fighting what God is forming. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I want to see you in the house this Sunday. We are doing Resurrection Sunday with Apostle Fisher and Pastor Fisher. It's going to be an incredible time, a powerful time. So if you are local, please. I know some of y'all are traditional. Y'all used to sunrise service and all of those kind of things. Well, our service is early every single week. So I want to see you at 8:30, 25 Woods Lake Road, Suite 406 in Greenville. And if you're not local and you're always tuning in, then tune in because we will be streaming. But if you can, come together and let's worship together, right? I believe it's something that you will receive, right? It will be impactful. I see you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the birthday love and wishes, all of the things, all of the things. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you, and I'll see you back here next week.